Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Avanti Wellness Podcast, hosted by me, Lydia Smith, aka Lydia. I'm embarking on my own transformational journey, and my intention is to inspire, inform, and support you all along the way. My hope is that we are all learning something new with each episode. So let's meet today's guest. Hi, everyone. It's Lydia with the Avanti Wellness Podcast and YouTube channel. And today I have another Avanti Community Highlight. I'm sitting here with Sierra. Hi, Sierra.
Hello. Hi, Lydia. Hello, everybody.
So glad to have you, Sierra. I'm so glad that you're coming on and letting us get to know you better. And let's dive in. So I want you to share with the audience a little bit about you and actually tell us where you're from.
So, I'm Sierra, and I'm in Indiana, in Southern Indiana. I've been here for a good almost 20 years now. So
Wow.
before
Wait,
that, I was
where
in
were you born?
I was born in Hawaii. Both my parents were in the
Oh,
military, yeah. So
wow.
they met there, and then we moved they're from Tennessee, where my mother is, and then after being born and getting out of the military, she came she came to Indiana. I'm not sure why she chose Indiana, actually. Huh.
So tell us a little more about yourself. So are you a mom?
I am. Yep. I'm a mother of two wonderful boys. I have a wonderful husband. Some of you might know of him. His name is Curtis. He has a daughter and a son. And so we've got a full house constantly, which is a lot of times that's why you'll see me with my headphones on. It's pretty chaotic here sometimes. So yeah, I work full time. I work in an accounting firm here in town. It's don't forget your taxes and be nice and get your stuff in earlier.
Yeah, don't hold back
Right.
the accountant.
Yeah. So before that, I was in real estate. I was sales support in real estate. Um, and gosh, before that, I was a stay-at-home mom. So that's pretty much it. I found you, and here I am. My whole life now is Avanti.
Let's go to that moment in time. So we were just discussing that tell me again when you found me online.
So I was taking a vacation for the holidays. So I found you around Christmas time. I actually before I even put my foot in the door, I stalked you. I watched your channel. I watched your videos for about a week, and then maybe 3 or 4 days. But I watched you, and I fell in love with you like little by little every time I watched. Just your authenticity and your energy was amazing. It was electric, actually, and it just everything about you made me want. I want to do that, and I already had the rebounder. It was so. What
Didn't
is
you
that
just buy
word?
one or something?
Serendipitous. Yeah, I had bought one. Like the universe just speaks, right? It comes to you when it's supposed to. And I had bought the rebounder and a rower at the beginning of December. My husband had put the rebounder together, and I had already gotten on it, and it was a little, well, I don't know if I'm going to actually use this thing. Um, and then after seeing you, I tried to get on it and do the health bounce for the 10 minutes, and I could do it. And I was like, this is amazing. And then one day led to 2 days, and then I finally started chit chatting in the comments section, and here I am every day.
You're locked in, right?
I am.
Well,
And that's okay. I'm happy.
you have the right to leave at any time,
I don't
but
want to.
we all know, and we've talked about this. It's very addicting, isn't it? Once you get in it, the oxygen in your body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I cannot wait. There's, a couple times where I come home from work. I wake up at 6 o'clock. I start rebounding at 7, and then I stay on the rebounder until 7:30. But I come home, and then I get automatically on the rebounder, and my mood instantly is better. It instantly. I mean, instantly. No matter how awful I feel or how bad of a day I've had, as soon as I get into it, I would say about 3 minutes or so, it's my brain space is back to center and happiness.
Let's talk about what day you were on. So, did you start during the Christmas holidays with us, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
I did.
started to recount.
I started to actually tally at the beginning of the year. I thought that was a better starting point than
Okay,
trying
instead of
to.
figuring out when you
Right.
started.
I mean, I could backlog it if I went and I spent a little bit of time on it, but yeah, I would say I'm like maybe day 45-ish if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm officially clocking it as day
Right.
30.
You're claiming day 31, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
today's January 31st, 2024. For all the people who are going to see this video in 2027, this is the year 2024. So let's talk about those results. Okay, so you've shared a little bit, but share for this podcast the results you've had from rebounding and what you've noticed now that you're in day 31.
Okay, so initially I didn't notice much. I had and for someone who has been larger for most of her life, but I tried exercises, right? And typically it's about a month-ish that I will kind of fall off the wagon, but you can definitely tell before that you're losing interest. But
I thought you were gonna say losing inches,
no,
but you're like,
well,
losing interest. Yes, we
I
do
mean,
lose
when
interest quickly when we don't have any results, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, that's the funny thing about the rebounding is that I wasn't having any results other than my mental space,
Yeah,
right?
feeling good.
Yeah, my emotional space was so amazing. I felt great. And so I think that's what made me keep coming back. But now I am seeing, like, you guys probably don't see it when we're jumping, right? But I see very small changes in my body. They're very subtle. Um, and I'm okay with that. I'm a-okay with the slow and steady, right? The slow and steady. I think, I mean, I'm 42, so I want to take care of my skin, and I don't want to have sagging skin as much as possible, and I have noticed that my face, less wrinkles. Like, my face just is glowing. It has a little bit more of a glow. Um, and like my yesterday, I was mentioning that my rings are fitting better. Um, and then my lines. I'll tell you what. I think the thing that I'm noticing the most is my back. The back fat, I think,
Which I
is.
talk about a lot.
It's a funny thing to mention, right? But my bra, like when I have my bra on at work, I tend to often wear a vest or something to cover it up. Um, but I'm noticing it's way smoother.
Smoother, yeah, and you can feel it
Yeah.
when you put your bra on, you're like, "Wait, it's, like, further down my back. It's not
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah. It's not
lifted
creeping
up."
up. Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
that feels good. I felt that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And these are small changes,
Yeah.
definitely. I was lifting my leg. I was talking to my sister this morning, and I lifted my leg up in the air in the bed, and I was just like, my ankles are skinnier, my calves are more formulated, and I said, I think I'm going to be seeing a new leg that I've never really experienced because even when I was not even when I was thinner, I wasn't shaping the muscle and the
Right.
bones and all that differently like we are now.
And I think that's part of it too. That's what another point of return is the mystery. We all like mysteries, whether we know it or not, or we'll admit it, but I don't know what's going to come out of it. And I'm excited to see those subtle changes. Like, if that's happening, a lot of times, I've lost weight very fast, right? And then it just comes right back. Or, typically that's what will happen. But this, I think, is a more long term thing.
I
It'll have
call
a
it
long term effect.
sustainable. We're doing
Yeah.
something that's sustainable over a lifetime, right?
Hmm.
Because we're not
And
trying to be crazy,
right.
workout.
And your 10 that concept, that 10 minutes a day, that concept and the just the health balance, not really changing your diet, I think it makes me personally want to work even more. Like, cause I know, okay, I can do 10 minutes a day. That's absolute. I can do it. But I find myself wanting to be on there more. And so I'll do it more. And I have my little logbook. I log it.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about this in the group together on our support group calls, that it's like I say this in the videos, like you don't want to have a shoulda, coulda, woulda, oughta, like this demand on your life. But when you give yourself permission to just do like the commitments just to 10 minutes, then it's the freedom that you feel to go ahead and do the extra 10 minutes, or to do that extra 30, or to get on 2 or 3 times a day, which equals 40 minutes, right?
Yeah. And I think I've heard you talk about this before. But the little wins, right? I'm wondering if achieving the 10 minutes makes me feel like I've accomplished something. And so then I want to accomplish something more. And then I keep going back for more,
Yeah,
the
and
little
doing
wins.
and exceeding your expectations, right?
Yeah.
If your
Yeah.
expectations are that you're gonna do 10 minutes and you go 15 or 20, I mean, the pride and the feeling of exuberance from having achieved more than your expectations is what keeps you coming back, right?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
totally does.
And I know that you don't have a lot of time today, but I do want you to mention before we have to go, talk about the stats that you're using with your
Cool.
Fitbit. I think those are powerful, and I
Yeah,
want the audience to hear what you've learned from your Fitbit.
absolutely. Okay. So I was steadfast walking on my treadmill. I have a treadmill. I walked on my treadmill for an hour a day, 2 miles, and I would burn like 140 calories, 180 calories. And I would rebound for 10 minutes, and sometimes I'll get higher, do a harder, heavier, intenser bounce. And I'll be able to 10 minutes burn the same amount of calories that I spent in that 1 hour walk in 10 minutes. So an example is today I went on a walk at work. It was a 20-minute walk. I'm looking at my phone right now so you can see that it's a 20-minute walk for 1 mile, and I burned 147 calories. I burned 180 something today for 10 minutes on the rebounder this morning when my heart rate was trying to get awake. So the amount of time that you spend on the rebounder it's I cannot believe it. I'm constantly dumbfounded. And I did specifically do that on my phone today when we took the walk so I could compare the two. Um yeah, 20 minutes versus 10 minutes, and then I can burn more calories in those smaller increments in jumping.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows? They've said that 10 minutes on a rebounder is likened to a 40-minute walk. So that means if you only want to do 5 minutes on a rebounder,
Yeah.
that's like a 20-minute walk. So whether that's true or not, the Fitbit is proving that you get more return. And I like to use this word ROI, return on your investment. For the investment of time that you put into it, the return is greater. And so, like, why wouldn't you want to rebound
And
as
I
opposed
never
to
felt this
something else?
good on the treadmill ever.
Yeah,
It was always like, oh my gosh, more and more and more. And I never felt this good. I always
right.
want to be on the rebounder.
And you and I are, spiritually connected. I mean, you have your channel called Sierra Soul Bazaar, and you do energy type work, and also you're doing rebounding on the
Yeah.
channel and cooking. So if
Yep.
anybody wants to follow Sierra there, you can go find her at Sierra, and that's SOUL Bazaar. And what I was going to say about that is the rebounding is like, I believe that getting that oxygen in your cells is kind of like connecting you at a higher vibrational level for anyone who considers themselves spiritual.
Absolutely. The intuitive hits that have been happening, I don't know if you can chime in on that, but the intuitive hits that have been happening in this month are incredible. I don't know how many times I've used that word within the podcast, but it's 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 like reconnecting to spirit. It's reconnecting. I feel closer.
Yeah,
And
I feel like more intuitive too from the
yeah.
rebounding.
Well, and I think that that also kind of plays into, I'm taking care of myself and I'm showing that I care about my body, my vessel, this is important and it's a gift and I'm taking care of it. And so, of course, we're going to have that hand come down and touch us a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think you and I both used in the last week the word prioritizing. We're prioritizing ourselves today, where we weren't before. So I'm so glad that you've been on this journey
Thanks for having
together.
me.
Yes, and I hope to have
Yeah.
you back. And I love that you're so supportive to other community members. I see you commenting on other people's comments and supporting them. And that's what the community is all about. We're here together. We want to lift each other up together in the community. That's the purpose of being a community in the first place, right?
I can't wait to meet everybody. And I'm so proud. I mean, all of these women and perhaps men too, but these people coming and buying their rebounder and saying, you inspired me to buy my rebounder and here I am. And they're showing up and they are in it. And it's so much fun. And I love personally to see their journeys, like, hey, I just got my rebounder and I've just started day 3 and gosh, this feels great. And we're like, I know.
I know. And they're engaged in the community. And I really encourage them to come back and check in, because it's by being engaged in your own journey that will help you stay on the journey. Right. And I know this from personal experience of falling off the journey plenty of
Yeah,
times.
we
Right.
do have we have a wonderful community. And I think the tracking, holding yourself accountable, coming back to Avanti, it's a safe space and you can write, hey, clocking in, clocking in, my day's balance for 20 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good knowing everybody else is doing the same thing and we're all here for each other.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, thank you for bouncing with me yesterday on my 5-minute booster.
Anytime, lady,
I'll
anytime.
definitely have you back. It's more fun together, y'all.
It
It's
is.
definitely
Yeah.
more fun together, and there's more. We'll just have to figure out the audio thing. I don't know why I couldn't hear you
I
yesterday.
know. I
So
know.
we'll have to figure that out. So anyway, it's great to have you in the community, and it's great to have you on the highlight today. And thank you for saying yes, for being brave and sharing yourself with the world.
Thanks for having me.
If y'all want to connect with Sierra, you can go to SierraSoulBizzare and SOUL Bizarre and see her firsthand and connect with her that way. So thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We've reached the end of this episode. If you'd like to continue with this motivational journey, be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you won't miss out each time we load a new episode. If you have an inspirational story to share or want to let us know about a potential guest, we'd love to hear about it. Contact us at avantiwellness.com. See you next time, and remember, change is good.